Hey YouTube, today's morning coffee thoughts are brought to you by Petro, or TA, here at the TA in Wapakoneta, Ohio. So, I want to talk about something that's kind of sensitive to some people, and this isn't YouTube drama or anything, but I wanted to point this out, that for those of you who don't know, Trucker Rudy did a video where he showed a flatbedder getting angry with him and threatening him and trying to open his door. And it's kind of amazing to me that the flatbedder was so quick to anger over a horn, right? I mean, you know, if you don't know the story, the guy at Rudy had listed the contact info in the comment section. He pinned it, and then people called in, and the guy got fired, which, you know, rightfully so. You don't want somebody that hot-headed, you know, with the CDL, and it's. I had a friend of mine that was entering the trucking world, and I had the, you know, this person talked about how they got to get rid of road rage, and I'm like, yeah, you definitely need to do that. You can't have road rage out here in a big truck. If you're offended by every single person that honks at you or flips you off or cuts you off or does something stupid around you, you're definitely in the wrong line of business. But what I wanted to point out was that there were also a lot of people in the comment section in Trucker Rudy's video and in Pale Rider's video that talked about, had that happened to them, if they were in Rudy's shoes and that guy tried to open their door, he would have been shot. Now, before you say anything, I'm all for carrying in the truck, okay? But that's the level of society that we're at right now. That we're quick to anger and we're quick to kill over something simple as a horn. Think about that for a minute. If that had been two different people, how could that have turned out? And that's what we should be scared of. Because if we're so quick to anger, now I get it, you're defending yourself if someone's trying to break into your truck. I get that. And the guy could have easily, if Rudy didn't have his door unlocked, or if he had his door unlocked, he could have easily pulled him out and beat him to death. So yeah, there's definitely a threat there, but the whole situation that could have created death was so avoidable simply because what's going on up here. And you have to be extremely careful in today's world, because now if I was in Trucker Rudy's position and I honked the horn and the guy flipped me off, I would have been like, okay, whatever. Obviously this guy is a little bit on edge, so I'm not going to do anything else. You know, let him get out of my way and I'll move on with my day and laugh about it and do a YouTube video about it later. And that could have been, that whole situation could have ended a lot worse. And, you know, in today's news, we're seeing these mass shootings, and I just watched the news this morning about 2 separate incidents where people went on a rampage with a knife, you know. And all you got to do is search YouTube or search internet and look up World Star, you know, like all the fighting, you know. There was one video that I saw where 2 people got in an altercation, and one guy hit this dude so hard, square in the face, and he hit his head so hard on the pavement, he died. Over what? What were they arguing about that led to a fight? What were they arguing about that led to a fight for your life, survival decision? And people think of self-preservation. Well, I'm gonna arm myself, you know, for such an attack. But what about the and that's good self-preservation, but what about the self-preservation that says not to even get in those kind of situations? You know, when I think of carrying in the truck, I think of defending myself if someone tries to break into the truck. I think of defending myself if I feel threatened, you know, when I'm out in the back of the trailer checking my trailer and someone wants to jump me. Not over an altercation of words. You know what I mean? And that's what we've come to. And it's kind of sad. And the only thing you can do is be self-aware, and not be so quick, you know, to judge or to fly off the handle. You know, apparently the driver that was fired had a history of doing this. And that shows a pattern, but you're seeing it more and more. I mean, you know, those of you watch Live PD, Greene County, my hometown, they had a fatality wreck. If you watch the first 5 minutes of Saturday night's episode, there was a fatality wreck. This guy was running from the cops and T-boned in a Chevy full-size 2500 pickup, T-boned like a little Ford Fusion. Killed everybody instantly, except for the guy in the pickup. Over what? What was he running from? You know, and they really didn't even they weren't like on him. They had backed off the chase because they saw how dangerous it was. And, you know, what little moment caused this guy to do that? You know, there's, you know, people say, well, there's a crime problem in America right now. I don't think it's the crime. What's the root of the crime? What's the root of people getting so frustrated with horn honking or name calling? You know, what is going on mentally in our heads that causes people to lose their ever-loving minds over something stupid, over something that's minor, over something that you can blow off? I'm getting a ton of texts, just in case you haven't heard. There, should have done that first. But everybody's so angry. Why are we angry? You know, mental illness is creeping up on everybody. I personally think it's our environment, it's our economic environment, it's our we're exposed to all these chemicals. We're exposed to all these pressures of social media. We're exposed to all these negative elements. And then add the fact that parts of the economy are suffering. The middle class is disappearing. You're either rich or you're poor. And poverty breeds, mental health issues. Poverty breeds crime. And there's no answer for it. So you have to start with the individual. What can I do to make my day better and make someone else's day better? Right? Because in the end, when someone dies over something trivial, was it really worth it? Is there such a killing that goes, man, I'm glad that happened? I'm sure there is. You got other countries that are in full-on wars, and then you got the drug cartels, and people like in Chicago, the violence in Chicago is through the roof. What's the root of that? Poverty and mental illness. So how do we combat that? Who knows? Anyways, thanks for watching. Enjoy your coffee. If you don't drink coffee, what's wrong with you? See ya.